I want to work through the question. It's actually from your homework in normal distributions, and it says the lengths of pregnancies are normally distributed with a mean of 268 days and a standard deviation of 15 days. One classical use of the normal distribution is inspired by a letter to dear Abby, in which a wife claimed to have given birth 308 days after a brief visit from her husband, who was serving in the Navy. Given this information, find the probability of a pregnancy lasting longer than 308 days. So, a couple of things. One, right off the bat, it's important to note that this particular problem tells you that you are dealing with a normal distribution, and that is going to typically be the case, at least in this course. You're going to be told in the problem that you have a normal distribution. Secondly, in order for you to work the problem that involves the normal distribution, you have to know two things right off the bat, and that information is, again, typically given to you, and that is you have to know the mean, which in this case is 268 days, and you also have to know the standard deviation, which is given to us as 15 days. So if we write this in the fancy-dancy notation that is sometimes used in statistics, we would say that our variable, which is x, is approximately normal with a mean of 268 and a standard deviation of 15. Again, that's kind of the shorthand notation that you may see. The N stands for normal, which hopefully makes sense because normal starts with N. The first number in the parentheses is your mean, and the second number is the standard deviation. And again, you have to be told somewhere in the scenario those three things. You have to be told it's a normal distribution. You have to be told it's the mean, or you have to be told the mean, and you have to be told the standard deviation. And then as we continue to read, you get to the question that you're needing to try to answer. In this one, it kind of gets at the end, and it says, find the probability a pregnancy lasting longer than 308 days. Okay, so we're looking for, in symbols, the probability that X is longer than or greater than 308 days. Now, you're not required. At that point, I could enter this into Minitab, but it may also help you to draw the picture and see what's happening. So I'm going to draw a normal distribution. You have your horizontal number line and your bell-shaped symmetric looking curve, and we know that the mean is the measure of center. So my mean is 268. And the mean is my reference point, and I'm asked to find the probability that the pregnancy lasts longer than 308 days. Well, with respect to the mean of 268, 308 would be to the right. Then I want to be greater than that. So what I'm really looking for is this shaded region out here at the end of this normal distribution. We call it the tail. Also, the question reads, find the probability. What you have to remember is that the area under that probability curve corresponds to the probability. And I'm fairly certain that was in one of the videos that you watched. So at this point, I'm going out to Minitab because I'm ready to put it in. Okay, so I'm going into Minitab. I'm going up to Graph, and I'm scrolling down to probability distribution plot. I then want to view the probability. I tell it OK. I'm dealing with a normal distribution. I have to tell it the mean, which was given to me as 268. I have to enter the standard deviation, which was given to me as 15. Then I'm going to change tabs. I'm going to go to the shaded area tab, and I'm trying to find the probability, and I want to know the probability in this case, or excuse me, we're looking for the X value. Okay, for the right tail. And it's the right tail again, because if you go back and look at this picture, 308 is to the right of the mean, and then you're greater than. So you're looking at the right side. So, excuse me, that becomes the right tail, and my X value is 308 because that was the value that we were interested in that was given to me in the problem. Then I click OK. And Minitab gives me a picture similar to what I drew, and the answer is this decimal value right here. So it's 0.0038. Okay, so the answer that comes out of Minitab is 0.0038. Let me go back because I can't remember all the numbers. 0.003830. Typically, you're asked to round to 4 places. Okay, so in the 5th place is a 3, so it's not going to bump the 4. So my answer is 0.0038. Okay, and that corresponds to this red shaded region, but that red shaded region represents the probability. So that would be the answer that I would give.